Hi gang, okay, let's do another problem. Let's use the distributive property with radicals now. So I'll do this first one here and then I'll add some more in. So remember, the general rule when multiplying with radicals is that if you have a radical times a radical, they combine, or if you have a non-radical times a non-radical, they combine, but a radical times a non-radical just sit together like friendly neighbors, okay? They don't actually combine. So let me just maybe give you a for instance real quick to make sure I'm on the same page with that. So if you have radical x times radical x plus 5, radical times a radical will combine. So you can combine this to be x times x, which is x squared. This will combine and then it will simplify out as an x, whereas a radical times a non-radical, that will just sit together like friendly neighbors. Okay, there's nothing to simplify there. There's nothing to simplify there. That will just sit together. So this would actually be the final answer. Okay? And they're not like terms, so they're not combinable. Okay, gang, so let's do the one from Aleks. So radical 5 times radical 5. They're both radicals, so we can multiply underneath. So we're going to get radical 25. I'll come back to that in a minute, okay? Let's do the other one. So radical 5 times 8 radical 7. By the way, a radical is just like the mother term. You could say square root. So if you say radical, you're just referencing whatever index or root you're looking at. It's a real generic way to say it. All right, so I can combine the radicals. So radical 7 times radical 5 is radical 35. Now this will combine, this will simplify out as a 5 because that's a perfect square. There's no perfect squares in here, so we're left with that. Okay, so that's the final answer. 5 plus 8 square root of 35. Okay, let's keep rolling here. Let's do another one. So let's combine these radicals. They're both radicals, so you can combine under. 2 times 2 is 4. Y times y is y squared. And then I'll come back to that guy in a minute, okay? Let's distribute now radical 2xy times y radical x. Okay, we can combine the radical with the radical, so the x can combine with the x. Okay, and now we can go ahead and simplify the radicals. So usually I would break it into perfect and non-perfect parts, but this is already broken up correctly, so I'm just going to go right to simplifying. So the square root of 4 is 2. The x stays under. The square root of y squared is y. Bring down the negative. Okay, this one I'll just pause a minute, so because this has something in front, so I'll write it above for a moment. So the x squared comes out as an x, everything else stays under. The x is going to multiply times the y in front. So it's xy, write it in alphabetical order, square root of 2y. Okay, gang, that's the answer for this one. And as you can see, they're not combinable, so that's as far as you can go. Okay, let's try one more. Now this one is a cube root, same concept. Okay, so they're both radicals, so we can combine. So this is going to be cube root of c to the 4th. I'll come back to this in a moment. I'm now going to distribute it to the back term. Okay, so let's see what we have here. We've got 125, we've got c and c squared, which is c to the 3rd d. Okay, so there we are with combining the radicals. We've done that. Now let's simplify the radicals. So let's go ahead and format this into the perfect and non-perfect parts. All right, biggest perfect cube in c to the fourth. So 4 is not divisible by 3, right? So you got to take one off. You got to take one off. So now this will come out as a C, and this guy stays under. Okay, over here, so we've got 125. So that's going to be 25 times 5, or 5 times 5 times 5. And I wrote it out that way because do you see that this has 3 5s? Because 5 times 5 is 25, and then 25 times 5 is 125. So this is a perfect cube, okay? This is a perfect cube because it's made up of 3 5s. And everything else is formatted. So you know what? Let's just go ahead and pull it down. So the cube root of 125 is 5. We just discussed that. That comes out. C to the third, so you take the 3 divided by 3, which is 1. That C comes out, and that D is left under. And as you can see, we cannot add these, so that's actually your final answer right here. All right, gang, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you in another video. Bye-bye.